Welcome back to Adam's Furniture Restoration. Happy Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving morning, and I cannot think of a better way to start the day than working with some bondo. James Bondo. No, seriously though, for those of you that don't know, bondo is a filler. It's used mostly in the automotive industry, but you know what? It works really good on furniture as well. It is basically a two-part filler. So what I'm going to do here is show you simply how to use it for those of you that don't already know. It's very, very easy. So this is the part right here I'm going to repair. Some old damage, God only knows what it was from. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score it up a little bit here with my file. So I'm going to mix up some bondo and slap it on. And as it cures, I'm going to show you a little way that I like to work with it. So first things first, I'm going to scuff this up a little bit. You want it to have something to bite onto. So, let's score it a little bit here. I'm even going to go this way, kind of like a little cross pattern there. So it's really going to give it something to bite onto. You don't want this to get in the customer's house and have it fall out on them. Then you just look like a hacker. Okay, there we go. So, here it is. It's very, very simple. Take a little bit out. Slap it on there like that. A little bit more. I don't think I'm going to need much more than that. Alright, I'll put the lid back on. Now, here is the hardener. They have hardener in different colors. There's red, blue, white. Usually I'll stick with the red or the white. I'll use the white normally if I'm going to work with pine, maple, birch, something that's going to be lighter. Now the other thing that's really cool is you can also mix in colors with this, which I'm not going to go nuts because I need to do some serious touch-up work on this anyway. But anyway, all you do is you stick in just a little dot. Really didn't show too much of that, but it's roughly about half the size of a dime. You don't want to go nuts with it. Just a little bit is all you really need. And just mix it up really, really good. Want all the colors to mix. You don't want to see any swirly patterns or anything like that, or it's just never going to harden right. You just want it to be one consistent color. You can sort of see right there how you can still see the gray and that pink. We don't want that. You got to mix it up properly. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, if this was a tabletop or a situation where there's a lot of, was a very grainy wood, what I would do is I would take masking tape and kind of mask it off just so it wouldn't fill that grain. Because then once you sand it, finish it, it doesn't look too good when you do that. But this is maple. This is a hardwood. It's not porous, so I'm not worried about any of that. So all you kind of do is get it on there like that. And kind of push it in a little bit. You want it to bite in to those slots and grooves that we cut in there. There we go. Let's get that in just like that. Let's kind of smooth it out a little bit. You don't have to go nuts with it. So as I said before, you do not need a lot of the hardener, just a little bit. They'll give you the directions in a general proportion on the can, but realistically a little bit goes a long way. If you put in too much, it kind of cures it hot, which means that there's a chemical reaction. So as it begins to harden, it will heat up. And if you put in a lot of hardener, it will actually, it'll dry faster, but what they say is that it will not cure as strong as it would if you use, you know, a little bit more of, I guess you could say, a conservative amount. You don't have to use a ton of it. Okay. That's looking good. Looking down the line, it looks pretty square. Probably use a smidge there. There we go. I'll level that out a bit. some cuts there. Why not just slap it in there? And while we're at it, we'll hit up that too. Might as well. Okay, you can kind of see, before it was real smooth, it was kind of the consistency of peanut butter, I guess you could say. But as it starts to harden, I don't know how well you can see that, it's not going to be smooth anymore. You're going to start to see it's going to start to get a little bit of a texture there. That means that it's starting to cure. And in that situation, if you have a lot of stuff to fill, I mean, realistically, if there's a lot of spots, it's best just to mix smaller amounts and then roll with that. It's not worth mixing up a big batch if you have a lot of spots, because you're never going to get it all done. It's going to start to cure before you can get it all on there. And then once it starts to cure and harden, it just doesn't feel right. It falls out. It just it looks like you did a really poor job, because you are doing a poor job. So just keep that in consideration if you're doing a lot. But generally, you know, you're not going to go too nuts with it. Now, there are all types of different wood fillers you can use. Like I said, I prefer Bondo. It's quick, it's easy, it works really, really well. And the other thing I like about it is you can keep stacking on top of itself and things like that, and just keep using it over and over until you, until you fill your void. Well, it's starting to cure there, so that's good. Okay, let's see here. Cool deal. So you can see it's really starting to tack up now. You can't see, this is a little bit thick, you can't see it, but right there, as I push it in, it's really starting to harden, so that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cure for a little bit, and then I'll come back, and after that, I'll show you how as it starts to cure, we'll trim it down, hit it with, whatever the heck it is, we'll hit it with the file again, then we're gonna sand it.